Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to the Anime Talk, the show where we sometimes have to get studious to excel in life and in our anime viewing goodness. Anyways, today on the Anime Talk, what I'll be discussing with you guys and girls, for this is more so for the people that are still in high school, maybe in junior high, middle school, whatever, how to watch anime and still do well in school and not, have issues with managing the both of them. Now, I'm not an expert. Don't get me wrong. I've done this for a long time, but I'm not an expert. More so in high school, especially my last couple years of high school, anime became a back burner thing because I was really focusing and buckling down for college preparation. So I wasn't able to watch a lot of anime. Don't get me wrong. I didn't not watch anime. I still watched a ton of anime, but I didn't watch like the amount that I did later in life. More so in college. Which in college I actually had more time to watch anime in my off time because I didn't have college every day. I more so had college every other day. But I also was a better focused student in college. More so college, I am A's and B's. High school and junior high, it was a mixture of B's, C's, and A's. All over the place. I didn't fail classes. Don't get me wrong, but it came close once or twice. And I'll be honest with you guys and girls. More so, it's just how much effort you put into classes is how much effort you get in your grades. So when I got more serious course in college, I thus did better. But this is the ways for me that I was able to always pass classes and not deal with some of the headaches that are watching anime and also being at school. So make sure, by the way, make sure you take this with a grain of salt. Like I don't want to hear people go, "Oh, I listened to your advice and it didn't work, and now no, listen, this is my advice that you can either take or leave it, or maybe mitigate into your own personal kind of concepts and what you think works for you, but in the end of the day, it's what works for you. If it doesn't work for you, you can't follow it. That's just how it is. So definitely, that's my disclaimer. How's that of all sorts? I might not have it on the actual screen, but that's my disclaimer to you that this is my advice, but do not take it 100% if it doesn't work for you. Now, first and foremost, this is gonna be like a several step program. I'm not gonna say exactly how many steps I'm gonna tell you, but it'll definitely be more than a few. First step, realize school is more important than anime, video games, all the other forms of media, reading manga, etc. I don't know how often I hear this. Oh, I can't watch anime because my parents, are grounding me, or they've taken away my TV privileges, or and all that. That's one thing I never had happen to me. I never got grounded in my household because the thing was is I always gave my 100% in towards my classes. Even if it wasn't 100% like that led me to an A, for example, might have led me to a C, I still gave my all to make sure that I did the best I could do. And there were times where I could have tried better. There were times I could have tried harder, etc. But I always made sure that I knew when to balance out what I needed to balance out. So the first step and the first more important rule that I can give you is to make sure school comes first over anime. I know that sounds so boring, and you're probably expecting some kind of easy 100% answer of how to mitigate perfectly the responsibilities of both school and anime. But anime is not as important as school. Education is more important. I might sound like a parent by saying this to you guys and girls, but it is very important. You will have plenty of time to watch anime later on, but here's how it works, and this is why I always say it in this kind of sense. A lot of times, if you don't do good in school, what happens? You get punished at home. Thus, what are your punishments? Usually, you lose TV privileges. You lose, maybe the ability to go hang out with friends, play video games online. Computer privileges, whatever. Any of those can actually hurt you watching anime. So why are you gonna bother doing poorly in school first and foremost, just to risk watching some new series that came out this season, or watch a new episode before someone else did? My advice is always make school a priority. School first. That's the biggest thing. Everything else that I'm saying this follows that rule, as you making sure school always takes precedent over watching anime and stuff like that. And I know it may sound obvious to some people, so I'm not saying this is going to be to everyone's knowledge, but a lot of people, you'd be surprised, forget how important school is. They really do. And then when everything starts falling by the wayside and the chaos around them, and they can't figure out what to do with classes, and why they can't watch anime now all of a sudden because their parents have gotten so pissed off at them, it's because they didn't focus on school. There you go. That's rule number one. Now, rule number two is do work before watching anime. Stupid thing, right? But the thing is I've seen too much people think, oh, I'm gonna get home, I'm gonna watch a few shows, and then I'll go do my homework late at night. Listen, I went to school like everyone else. I went to high school, I went to junior high, I went to middle school, I went to elementary school. The last thing anyone wants to do is, of course, do work when they get home. That's like, you already did a whole 8 hours or 9 hours or however long your school lasts. You don't want to do work, right? I understand that. I think everyone that goes to school understands that. But here's the thing, too, though, is that because that lazy and tired mentality hits you so much when you go back home, it kind of hinders you everything else you do from then on. If you go home and watch anime or play video games for a few hours, because I know some parents are cool like that. My parents used to let me do that once in a while. The thing is that then they expect me to make sure that, hey, after maybe 1 or 2 hours of playing games, I'm gonna then put my nose to the grinder and make sure that I'm doing my homework, doing my schoolwork. And the thing is that after watching so much anime or maybe doing other stuff, you're tired now. Now you're like, oh, it's 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, I got school the next morning, I don't feel like doing homework, I'll do it in the morning. That's gonna make you suffer. Do your work when you get home. This way you can watch anime later, and then you can watch as much anime as you can in your allotted time. So maybe your parents make you go to sleep at 10 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock, whatever. You can watch anime from then on, maybe with, exceptions of if you have to do other things in your life. Maybe you got, like, after school clubs or whatever, but, listen. You have all night to watch anime then you can watch a few shows, and then you'll be like, when you're tired, hey, you don't have to worry about doing homework now. Hey, I'm done. I don't have to do my homework. I can just go to sleep, or I can just relax now. You'd be surprised how important this rule is, because people think that, I'll do work later, and I understand the kind of mentality of not wanting to do everything right now. It's kind of the procrastination method. Do it later. I'll do it last minute. I know for some people that works. So if this works for you, by all means, keep doing that if it works for you, honestly. I just know for people that are more lazy or more so are quick to get tired, like I was in high school, it's better to get all your work out of the way first. This way you can binge on anime and stuff like that after the fact. Rule number 3, after school clubs, family matters, all this other stuff, they kind of aforementioned after school stuff, is going to eat into your anime time no matter what. Understand that right away. So, the days you have clubs, the days you have to go hang out with friends, the days you have to go hang out with your family, etc., you might not be able to watch anime. Bottom line, do not try to force yourself to actually then watch anime or rush anything, because here, bottom line, it's not like the episode's going to go anywhere. I've never seen in my 26 years of watching anime ever see an anime be pulled off the whatever it is. Like, so if you saw the online, it's not pulled off. That's the amazing thing about the internet. It's going to exist somewhere on the internet. So that means that so for example, if they censor a show or decide last minute to take it off the airway, if it came online, I guarantee you there's like 30,000 places you could find it. Just honestly. So it's not going anywhere. And, I know for people that have friends and stuff like that, I'll get into that spoil anime. I'll get into my next rule, which is surprisingly that kind of works out this way. Don't worry about it. Just worry about your after school clubs, your after school commitments, you hang out with friends and stuff. Anime will not disappear from you. You can watch it later. It's not that important. Now, rule number 4. Yeah. The people that spoil anime around you. I know for a lot of people that's one of the biggest issues, is that you want to watch that new episode of Naruto, or you want to watch the episode of One Piece or whatever before your friend goes, hey man, did you see what happened to this character? Oh my god, he died. And you want to beat them to it, because I know I was like that when I was younger. I used to hate my friends watching something before me, and then next thing you know, I'm spoiled the whole thing. I'm like, damn it, now I don't care about the episode. Tell them flat out, hey, do not spoil this episode for me. I have not seen it yet. I know how stupid that sounds, but you'd be surprised how just saying that to a few of your friends, the ones specifically are like that, telling them to stop beforehand will make it so they won't trouble you and they won't spoil things for you, and then you won't be like, oh dude, I freaking hate you, and get into a fight with your friend or whatever. Just tell them, hey, I got an after school club today. I can't watch this new episode today. Do not tell me what happened. I will find out later, and then we will talk about it. Till then, shut the hell up. Shut up. Seriously, I had to tell my friend that one time before, because he used to be notorious for that, where he would spoil episodes immediately with the snap of the fingers. That's might have what you heard on my mic just now, me snap my fingers. I didn't mean to do that, but I did. But honestly, he was notorious for spoiling stuff beforehand. It was So annoying. I used to hate that. And I mean, in the YouTube world today, especially if you make videos like I do, you kind of get used to spoilers. Honestly, even more, which is kind of sad. But anyways, for the final rule of how to, kind of deal with anime and school at the same time, note that, hey, that's what breaks are for. School breaks happen for a reason, folks. It's to let kids' minds wander down and go, you know what? They worked their asses off for the last month and a half, 2 months, whatever. Give them a break for a couple of weeks or a couple of days or whatever. Use those times wisely. Use that time to watch anime, hang out with the stuff, do all these stuff, get your work out of the way early, whatever. That will help you watch anime though, because it's still in those time periods that you can then watch anime without issues and be, oh hey, I can watch this new show. I don't have to worry about anything that, you know, anything else getting in my way right now. I could binge watch the series and catch up with it. Not go anywhere. Anyways, I hope these tips and kind of tricks will help you guys and girls deal with high school, deal with junior high, middle school, whatever, and watch anime at the same time. I know they worked for me. I got a mixture of maybe more so listening to other people talk about their issues with anime and my own issues with watching anime and mitigating with all the other stuff that happened in my life, because I had, of course, responsibilities outside of just watching anime. I had school, I had family, of course, I had friends, etc. But I learned very early on how to kind of micromanage time. And I've always been good with that. That's one thing, and I'm still good with even in college, is that I know how to budget my time very wisely. I know when I have to do something. So if I have a paper due in a week, I have the paper done maybe in the first day. I'm honestly like that. I've never procrastinated too much with stuff. More so to my end years of high school, college, excuse me. I started procrastinating a little more, but that's kind of to be expected because at that point you're kind of getting college burnout a little bit. And that's understandable. So you'll feel that kind of, oh, I'll put this paper off. I know I could do this paper already. Not always the best idea. I've suffered more of my papers because of that. But even then, still, I get usually like A's and B's, so it's not really a big deal. But it's like then when I get a B plus or B minus, I know what happened to actually warrant that grade. So, but anyways, I hope these tips work for you. I hope they continue to work for me. Hey, leave in the comments if you feel like you have something to add to it. I'll be curious to see it. I will talk to you later. Have a great day, everyone. Bye bye.